And that's the most beautiful thing. No, you do not need them.
Everyone, you are at the right place. This is RPA Reinvented. We're going to be unveiling our Community Edition, the Reseller, and our affiliate programs. And what you'll see is we have a great agenda set up for you.
We're going to cover a community version today, and it's official launch that you will be able to become community user right after this webinar. We're going to highlight why the community version fits into our AI manifesto and what if AI automation is interest for you, why you pretty much must take a look and put your hands on our community edition. We're going to talk about the reseller program that again we are launching today, and that we open applications for that, as well as our new affiliate program for content creators and educators globally. So let's get started on this. And the main speakers today will be me, myself, co-founder and chief product officer, and Yuri Larachev, chief revenue officer and our new addition to the team. He's going to cover the reseller and affiliate program, and I will focus my time on the community edition. So let's get started. And a couple of weeks ago, we had a webinar on our new brand AI features that allow you to build simple bots by just, typing in the text description of what needs to be done to generate any required code inside the tool, and also make the bot communicate with OpenAI products so they make smarter data processing, more complex decisions, and essentially automate much more complex tasks that were possible in the past by just creating the right prompt in the right place of a relatively short, small bot. So we got a word for these features and why I want to reiterate on that. I want to bring you one level up before we go into community version and speak about the role of the developer, the role of the user of the studio, of the place where you build bots for yourself or for the users in your organization or for your clients. Pretty much AI makes the development easier, and that's something we're going to demonstrate you today during our product demo. That's something that I want you to try yourself when you will be in the community version. But while AI makes automation more affordable and accessible globally, the developer, the human, is still in the center of the all automation efforts, and without the human, nothing can be done. We're years and years before users will be able to automate own work by just simply tell the computer what's need to be done, redefining the future of work. Now the future of work is shaped by ability to give these users bots that are built by automation developers. And while AI increases the universe of things you can automate, we need community of developers to deliver this impact to their own organization, to their industries, to the economy. I honestly believe that the global economy can get 5-10% productivity boost from AI married with RPA as hands and legs of the automation in computer systems. But to achieve this impact, we need all organizations to adopt such automations, which means someone needs to build it to them. And we realize that we cannot exist in this bubble where only our users and customers and ourselves build these automations. It's not a small bubble. It's a big industry. We are in more than 50 countries at this moment with hundreds of clients. But if we look at our universe, us and our clients, from the perspective of the global economy is much bigger. There are millions of organizations out there that don't benefit from automation. So we planned to do the step and to create a community edition that is free to use for educational purposes to anyone in the world for years. But we ourselves were in a kind of logical trap. What this trap was about. The bots you build on ElectroNeek platform are free to launch without any commercial bot license. That still is the case, and that's pretty much means that if someone has a developer tool, they can build automations for everyone and pretty much don't pay anything for that, which is great for the owner of the developer tool. But if the developer tool is free, it's very unclear how we can monetize this automation to give resources back to develop more features, to invest more in the product, which we need to do as a software vendor. So for years, we had this idea that community version is great, that big value add for us, for companies of all sizes, can really expand the reach 100x of the automations. But at the same time, in our model of free bot runners, free developer tool was always kind of a question mark. How can both coexist and the company still to generate revenue to invest in features? So we came to the idea that we will change the way that Community Studio operates compared to ElectroNeek Studio Pro. And essentially whatever you build in the studio will remain in the studio. You would need to have this Community Studio to run the automations. I will unpack it in a few minutes, but we found a way to close this gap, to give the developer tool for everyone who wants to understand how the automation works, who wants to learn how to build bots, who want to build simple automations and run them on their own machine to benefit from the automations to a certain degree. So we found this way, and we found it just in a time when we think that new AI features in the product really make the automation much require less experience in technologies of any kind. Doesn't require you to know code or have experience of knowing the code, and can prompt you very quickly to great results if you learn how to use the tool. And we're going to release community version today. I'm going to talk about that. Just in a week from that, we're going to make one of the core features of our AI suite available to all customers and community users. I'm talking about the ability to generate workflows with text descriptions. And we're going to release new class specifically on how to use AI features in RPA. And think about this, if you're not user of ElectroNeek platform, you will have access to the major tool we do have inside our suite. You will have great free educational materials on how to master these tools and AI features inside them. And it's just yours now. Come and take it and make an impact in places where you are. Bring more developers to the tool, increase our footprint. It's not for the benefit of ElectroNeek only, or not the benefit of the community users only. It's for the benefit of the whole industry and the humankind to a certain degree. Because again, as I said before, we need together to make this big step towards making the automation really working in all companies. So what is ElectroNeek Community version? That's an instance of ElectroNeek Studio Pro that has all no-code features. All 200 no-code features are there. We removed some of the features related to OCR. There's no IntelliDocs there, and other things that require significant computing power, essentially, but we left one set of features completely unlimited there. These are all AI features. So while we took off a few things like OCR, we kept the whole AI suite inside. It's free to use. I don't think there is any other automation platform in the world that will allow you to use these features for free, even for educational purposes. The instance of the community of the Studio Pro, called Community Edition, will have certain limitations on the number of steps that you can have on a canvas, which means if you want to use these bots, they need to be relatively short and neat. Otherwise, you need to become our client to build longer automations, but it means that you really benefit economically significantly if you have long bots that you run. There will be no sub-programs there, so you cannot assemble a very long bot from the combination of smaller ones. That's pretty much what, in the spirit of limited number of steps you can have on a canvas. And you cannot export bots. So the last item, you cannot export a bot to run on the bot runner at this moment. We are thinking about bringing the orchestrator inside the community as well and allow you to deploy bots to the orchestrator. It's not in the current release. Currently, it's only Studio. So if you want to run automations, you need to have a Studio installed on your machine. These are the major limitations. There are a few minor that you will learn exploring the tool, but the full power and full AI power of Studio Pro are there and available to you. So you can now go there and understand why we got certain awards in the past for being the most stable on the GUI level, for the AI features, or no-code features, for the ease of development, why we led G2 metrics for so many years on the ease of use. That's all yours. We updated our documentation as well, so you will be able to learn as you go. And inside it, you will find a link to the developer course that will help you to get up to speed. And in relatively short time, you will be able to build effective, simple bots and maybe teach others how to do that as well. So you will be running automations out of Studio, and you will have access to our community, our users, to ask questions when you need to get help on the developer. That's pretty much the limitation of the support model, because we are not in the commercial relationships with community users. Community users is free for educational purposes. There are a couple of check marks there that you would need to select in order to install the studio related to the terms of use. And that's a very exciting moment for me personally. So we want to show you what's inside, what you will find inside in terms of things you can build. And we're going to show you the quick demo of all of the features, how they come together in building the bot. Something we're going to do live as we did before, which is always a very exciting moment. So please take a look. And after the demo, we're going to share the link to start using the community. So what we're going to demo first, and my colleague Ivan on the demo will start with that, is to demonstrate you how to build simple bots by just writing the description of what bot needs to do. There are many activities that the feature cannot assemble right now, so we're going to release it publicly soon. We will specify what activities are available there, but every month, every 2 weeks, we will be adding more and more and more activities there. So in the end of the day, we're getting to the point where the bot needs to be checked rather than built. No empty workflow, no empty canvas problem anymore. Okay, Ivan, your turn. Let's go.
So we're going to create a workflow that will first generate via an AI prompt, and it will combine many AI-powered features. This workflow will generate a report out of a data set of 20 companies. We can see that data set right here. So it's a simple CSV data set that we will be processing. And then we will generate a very simple and quick executive summary of that data via some transformations that will be performed by AI-generated code. And that summary will also be generated by AI. So let's get into that. So our first step will be to generate this workflow from an AI prompt. We can use the AI workflow generator feature for that. In this case, the prompt will be like this. So first of all, we want to create a workflow that assigns a reports type variable with a text value. In this case, the report will be largest by revenue. We could have different types, of course, but this is the one that we want here. And depending on the success or failure of that condition to be met, a different message will be logged to the console. So that would be our initial structure. And we will ask to ElectroNeek to build that workflow as a starting point. So we're going from nothing to this initial workflow. Let's give it a couple seconds to generate. And here we are. So it generated that report type variable with the value that we need. It then makes sure via an if condition that that value is there, and then logs messages depending on true or false. So now we can start adding additional steps that will leverage those AI features. So first of all, we need to read that report. For that, we will use the read text file activity to read the CSV file. We have our CSV file right here in the desktop. And by default, the variable that will contain this file is called file content, but we'll rename it to something a bit more easier to read, like report content. Perfect. Now we need to perform a couple of transformations of this table. It will be in CSV format, so we need to turn it into a table. Then we need to add a column with the totals at the end, and then we will filter those companies and only keep the ones that have a total higher than 1 million. So we will do that using AI-generated code. Let's add a new variable first to store the first transformation. Well, it will be the converted report. So this converted report will be the one that will turn that CSV data into a table. So as you can see, we have nothing yet, no values, but we will generate that using the code generator button right here. So the code generator asks us for three types of data. First, we need to set what is the target variable. Of course, in this case, it will be the converted report variable. Next, we need to set the input variable. So in this case, it will be the report content variable. Of course, that's the raw variable. And we need to identify the context of what is this variable in this context. So that's what this description is for. This is a very short description, and we will write it like this: original table of companies in CSV form. Perfect. And now we just need to add the instruction of what is the transformation that we need the code to perform. And in this case, we'll ask it to convert it from a CSV formatted string to a table using the first line of setters and clean up the line breaks from the last column. So that's all we need. We can now click send, and the code will be automatically generated. There it is. We don't even need to modify or review that code. I can click on this button right here to make sure that it transfers over to the activity. And that's this transformation done. We can now move on to the second transformation. That second transformation involves adding the totals column at the end. So we will call this variable report with totals. And we will perform the same exact steps. We will use the code generator. The target variable this time is report with totals. The input this time is the converted report. So that's what it is. And we need to add a description. In this case, it will be a table of company names and quarter values. And in this case, the transformation will be the following. Add a column and fill it with the sums of the previous 4 columns and make sure to convert them to numbers first. Let's add that code. It's generated. And here it is. In some specific cases, the AI code generator might include some additional step at the beginning to assign the value, but that is implicit in our tool, so we don't need it. You can delete everything behind the equal sign, so that you don't need to modify anything else after that. So that's the second transformation done, and now we will move on to the final one. That will be to filter the companies and only keep the ones that have a value of over $1 million. So we will call that variable filtered report, and we will perform the same steps. Use the code generator. In this case, the target variable will be filtered report, and the input variable will be the report with totals. The description here will be a table of companies with their total revenue in the last column. And the transformation in this case will be a very, very simple prompt, which will simply say, filter out all the companies for which the last column is lower than 1 million. So it's a very, very simple and direct instruction. Let's click on send, generate that code, and with one button, transfer it over to the activity. That's it for the transformations. Now our data will be ready to be sent over to the AI to generate that final report, that final summary. So we will use the Ask AI activity for that. So in the Ask AI activity, we do need to include a more advanced prompt. So let me quickly explain how that will look. So in that prompt, we will have the following structure. First of all, we'll ask the AI to act as a financial analyst, and it will tell it that it will receive a table with the following data. And of course, this is the revenue of companies in 2022. And we wanted to analyze this data and provide the following insights: the top earner, average annual revenue, and best quarter among all companies. And then we want that to be formatted as a very simple paragraph with no more than 50 words. So that's how, in this particular case, we will structure that output. That will be our entire prompt. So let me add that over to the activity right here in the prompt parameter. This is the exact prompt that we saw. And of course, the data itself from the table is in this variable over here. Now we'll just check the show text output only option so that the value that is returned by the AI is only the text that I'm interested in and no other details about the AI call. And we will finally show that result in a user notification at the end by using the Save Previous Step Result option. So as you can see, we've built this workflow. We didn't need to add ourselves any single line of code, and the AI will not only generate that code, did not only generate that code to transform the data, but also will perform the analysis itself at the end. So let's run this and see the results. So you can see that it's already at the Ask AI activity because the code itself that was running is very, very quick. And here is the result in a couple seconds. So this is the summary that was generated by the Ask AI activity. It says that the top earner was Emerald Energy. The annual revenue was the number that we see here, and the average annual revenue that was calculated as well. And it also tells us, as we asked it, the best quarter among all companies. And then it also, since it still had space within those 50 words, it also added a bit more, in this case, saying what was the total revenue of all companies. And of course, we can ask it to be more specific, have more words or less words, so we can very easily change that prompt to transform this output entirely. So this is the end of the workflow. We can see that it worked successfully. And just very quickly before we end, we can show how those transformations looked in terms of values. So here is the table that was originally red. This is exactly as I showed it. And this was turned by the first transformation into this table right here. The second transformation added that column at the end exactly as we asked it to, right here, with the totals. And the final transformation filtered out all the companies that did not have a total over 1 million. So we can see that not only is the end result good, but also every piece of code that we generated via the AI worked perfectly and performed the steps that we required as well. So that will be the end of the demo. With very simple instructions and very clear language, we were able to perform every step in this workflow. All we needed to do was guide the prompts and create the prompts and design them. But everything else was thought up and performed by the AI.
Thank you, Ivan. I want to reiterate on the three things that you pretty much seen right now in combination of the workflow generator, combination of code generators and SPA activities. What we built in less than 8 minutes, I think, in the past took much longer time, took much bigger skill, or using some out-of-the-box solutions that you cannot use in automation cases because every automation is unique. What you've seen now can be done in a studio, Community Edition. So with my big pleasure, I'd like to share the link to go there. That's the ability to really apply all these tools just yourself, being educated on that, and building bots very, very quickly, which redefines the accessibility and affordability of automation to companies of all sizes. Because if you can build something in a few hours rather than 2 weeks, then that's something you can do for more users, for more clients, more affordable for the clients. Pick up one that fits your business needs. So this QR code is something where you will land on the registration form for the community. There's no pre-moderation available to all. You have a legit email. Please tell us a bit more about who you are before start using, and go straight there. You can also access it through our website. I think by this moment the page is live, the community page. So that moment happened. Thank you so much, ElectroNeek team, for making the community version available to everyone. So we have a couple of questions in Q&A, which I'd like to touch on after we finish the flow of the presentation, which now transfers to the very important part of the Resell and Affiliate program. Before that, I want to share the link to our AI Manifesto, where we sum up all our thoughts about how the role of AI developer, so automation developer, changes in the profession. We think that RPA is something that can really make the impact of all AI technologies real in organizations, because just doing something inside the web browser is great. Giving AI hands and legs and the head to execute controlling your mouse and keyboard in attended or unintended fashion, that's a different story. If you are a community user, if you use the AI features there, you are part of the manifesto. So we would like to be in the same boat with you and work towards the same direction. And let me handle the presentation flow to Yuri Larochev, a new addition to our team, who joined us this spring as the Chief Revenue Officer. Yuri, please go ahead and share the exciting news about new ways to partner with us.
Thank you, Dmitry. So I believe you all can see my screen. So we're ready to go. As well, as Dmitry and Kendall introduced, so I joined ElectroNeek a little bit less than 2 months ago, so as a new head of sales. And really excited to share more details about our new reseller program. So, and that's been cooking for many, many months. And I would say we have experience working and selling through and with MSPs. So, which is making our offering pretty unique, that actually we have tools and we have instruments which can help and teach MSPs to sell RPA solution and RPA platform. But we decided that we need more structured approach, and obviously sharing today more details about the partner program bits. So explaining the difference between different partner tiers in partner program scenarios, and actually sharing a little bit more resources which will help you to be become our partner. So, and start making money reselling our platform, and obviously equip your customers with quick automation tools which we can provide. The program components will actually help you to be educated on the platform. So, and also will help you to work with interesting instruments like Wiki, like Campus. I will talk more about them. And also work with bot library, which probably is the most important tool you will have in your hands, which will allow you to, first of all, learn how to build bots, because every single bot in a bot library which we have comes with a video instruction, so comes with demo, and you're able to actually turn those bots into kind of custom bots with your customers or use them out of the box. Let's get into more details on who can become our reseller. And the reseller is probably going to be the most popular partner program which we have. So first of all, our existing MSP partners and MSP customers who already automated are some internal processes with us, and they know how to work with our platform. The ones who should be ready to resell it to their customers. Secondly, we're talking about the new consulting businesses and the new system integrators and particularly partners which are willing to add RPA to the existing product portfolio. So, and believe that they can add extra value to their existing offering and actually get their customers on the RPA wagon and actually explain them so what kind of quick benefits they can get from it to optimize resources, optimize impact on the accuracy, on the data integration, and particularly when we're talking about the scenarios like data transfer, data manipulation, data matching, particular document processing, systems integration, so migrating from legacy systems to the new systems, or any IT services which includes customer support and customer interaction. So where we can help really quick, so and actually make your business day-to-day life way more efficient and eliminate mistakes. A little bit more details. So you see here two options. One is authorized reseller, and the second one is authorized reseller plus. The difference is that reseller plus is also our existing customers. So MSPs which already know how to build bots, already have automated some internal processes with us. So for them, we believe that the learning curve will be way shorter, and they know how to work on the platform, and they will be adding more value to us. So as a vendor, when they will be talking about the new RPA processes and the new projects with their customers. So in authorized resellers, also net new partners who have zero experience or RPA, or actually have experience with other vendors, not with ElectroNeek, and will be willing to build a new practice. All of them will have access to our user portal, so we'll be able to leverage Campus and Wiki materials. They will get program manager support from our side, including onboarding session. Definitely will answer more questions about the product and make sure that they will get trained. So those particular two program types include certification requirements. And we have quite a good variety of different product courses in our LMS. So where individuals on the partner side can go and get trained and certified and pass tests. And obviously that will give us and the partners better reassurance that they know the platform well enough so they can talk about it, sell, and drive the value with potential customers. Talking about commission, which is always the important topic because partner margins is probably the most important currency which you have. So, and that's what you always keep in mind when you are thinking about any new businesses, that the margin you can make, the sales cycle, and the resources which you will have to dedicate. So it's between 20 and 30%. And when we say 20%, that's going to be the customers and the lead registrations where we will do all the heavy lifting, which means that you will register a lead with us, and our sales and sales engineering teams will work with those particular leads, and we'll do the demos, we'll do POV if needed, deliver the value of the solution and close the deal. That's the moment when partner will get 20%, when he will actually register the lead, we'll do all the sales, and we'll just process the deal through us. You get a 30% margin. So which means that you will do all the sales process, and we will not have to step in. Obviously, we believe that in the reseller and reseller plus scenarios, we will have to talk about business plans. We'll have a regular touch points when it comes to QBRs and understanding what we collectively can do to drive your business and help you in marketing and marketing initiatives. Bot library, as I said, that's probably the most valuable tool we have on our hand. So we have almost 100 pre-built bots. So with variety of different scenarios and different sub-verticals, verticals, business cases. And I will show you really quick how it looks like, but this is invaluable tool when it comes to selling and doing a demo with your potential customers. Talking about reselling in wiki sections in our platform, you get ready templates, how to do a campaign. So how to sell and what kind of pitch you need to have in your hand. So how to educate your sales team. So how to drive marketing. So obviously explaining and sharing with you the entire business model. How to be successful selling a RPA platform. So how to talk about your competitors, or how to position the product better. So, and I believe that I can show you really quick. That's a particular class. So where you can see what you can learn. That's a part of our LMS platform. Talking about the product itself, that's a bot library. As you can see, we have multiple filters on top. So in every single particular scenario, like this one with reporting automation, so comes with a bot demo. So and you can actually run this video and see every single step. So step-by-step bot creation. So with entire script, how to do it. So, and the video, how to build the bot, very similar to what Ivan did demoing to you earlier today. And talking about a campus and wiki, so I mean, that's particular scenarios and white papers, which we believe are very valuable to you when it comes to how to run POC, how to do a demo, how to negotiate contracts. So building success stories with us. And wiki, so that's again more details about the sales journey. So how to run the first meeting, so how to be successful pitching the product, qualifying it. So I mean, as I said, that's very useful resources which will make your sales journey easier and definitely drive better experience for your potential customers. Quick QR codes here where you can get to the new reseller page on our website. So, and we will share the deck after. So, and of course, answer your questions. And now let's talk about the additional partner type and the partnership option, so which we have, so which is net new for us, which is our affiliate program. Probably the lowest program entry requirements on our side. And there is no sales requirements too, right? So, I mean, means no business plan. We will probably have the less touches, less touch points through the year working with those type of partners. And we don't expect that affiliate partners will be actually investing any time into in-depth product knowledge. So we believe that this is an ideal scenario for individual consultants or for very small partners, so kind of boutique shops, so which will be willing to introduce us to their existing or their potential customers. Again, we will take over the lead. We will register it with a link and forms on the website, which we already have available. And assuming that we're closing the deal and getting a payment from the customer, so affiliate partners will get 10% commission. Again, that's a brand new page. So with the form, how to become affiliate partner. Again, 0 requirements, so you can jump on it right now and start working with us by passing out the leads. So there is a lead form on the website, and see if we can drive business together. So I mean, that's kind of advisory and true consultant option to partner with us. So where you will be introducing us potential customers and see what we can do. So with that, I believe we can jump on a Q&A.
I will start with the Q&A part, so you can use this one or just post a question in the chat. So, will there be anything in the community license and terms of service that would limit the usage in enterprise and for commercial use? Yes. So we explicitly say that community is for educational purpose only, but we removed any requirement on how small or big should be organizations. So if you want to learn, it doesn't really matter if you are, self-employed consultant or a blogger, for instance, or you work in a very big company, or you lead a very big company. Everybody is welcome. But the commercial use is prohibited by the terms of the use. As you can understand, commercial use and educational purposes, they come together in one direction, but they are very different. And quite frankly, due to the limitations we introduced in the product, it will be very hard to get any value from the commercial use of that. And I will touch based on that with another question that comes in the chat about how we can leverage the community version and resell programs together. I think they pretty much designed for each other, and it was made no sense to release any of them without the counterpart. So documentation question. Yes, I agree. Around this new year, we realized that the number of questions we receive in support from users demonstrates that we can do better on the documentation. So we did two things. First of all, we updated the whole documentation across all the platform. It's a new portal. Please use the product links or just go there from the help center link. There's much more content there, including the new section we built there called how to, which is very practical example. If you have a goal and you don't know how to combine a few of our no-code functions together to achieve certain results, you can go there and how to. There are more than 50-something articles about how to do things in major area of automation. So I think we closed this gap, and something that Yuri showed, our learning system, LMS, we added more and more classes there of much better kind of depth and practicability to junior developers who never had experience with automation tools. Is there a need for any external or paid API keys, accounts, and features to do what Ivan did on the demo? And that's the most beautiful thing. No, you do not need them. If you want to use AskAI extensively, which is the call to OpenAI, then you will need to enter your own key after you reach certain limits. When it comes to the code generator, when it comes to the workflow generator, we give it to you for free. Of course, in the back end, there are some limitations, but if you reach these limitations, let us know how you got there, and maybe you can do something about these limitations in your specific account. But we front-loaded a lot of credits there. So good luck on exploring these features. Again, that's the point I wanted to make, that unlike any other tool in the world out there, our community comes pre-packaged with all the AI features, and you don't need to pay anything or don't need to connect your own API key. So let's go to other questions. So how do we take things we develop on the community to resell to your own clients? So by the nature of limitations in community, you can build only small bots there. So how the resell program and community program work together? They do. If you're a reseller, you definitely need to upskill yourself to be able to deliver what you're going to implement or co-implement with clients. You can also build something in the community version that you can do for demo purposes for the clients. But I don't think you will be able to find a real client project that can be fully built on the community version due to the limitation of number of steps and use of sub-programs that we introduced. So in the end of the day, you need to upskill your people, your developers, or if you're selling yourself, upskill yourself, register as a reseller. And then when the moment is right and your client wants the automation, they will become our client, and you will be well positioned to deliver this automation and to share essentially the gains of automation with the clients as a fee, as what many people do globally, or implement internally when you think that you're benefiting from an increasing number of steps or from the way of deployment. Let's say you want to deploy it on a server in attended mode, or you want to give these bots you built in the community in the past to your employees as attended bots, as copilots for their work. Then you would need to become our client ourselves. But at this moment, someone will become our client only when someone else or internally is educated through the community experience on how to implement automations. Because without a developer all the CI features do not matter and do not provide any value. So that's the flow that we suggest. You upskill yourself, your team, to build automations. You identify the client cases, and then we support you as a reseller on closing this deal, and you start delivering automation to this specific account. And also you can engage your potential client and prospect and user community themselves if you go into co-develop or they go to develop. So let's take a look at some other questions. You may probably channel some of them to you. They're about the commercial terms. Is it possible to modify and adjust the code generated by bot if developer feels so? Yes, absolutely. That's what many people do. Actually, I even did it by deleting one of the lines of the code during the demo, if you notice that. Commission is for one time. It depends on the early subscription taken by the clients. I will give this question to Yuri.
Yeah, commission is definitely for year one, right? So when you are selling with us, so for the first year, we're selling yearly subscription. So you will get a commission. So from closing the deal. So if you wanna get it in the future, we need to talk and actually see your contribution in customer relationship going forward.
Yes, that's important, Yuri. Thank you for highlighting this. It's possible to continue to receive commission if you are the one who drives the adoption of the automation of the client account. It's not like you introduce someone and walk away from that. No, it's about you actually creating value for this client. In this case, we're absolutely happy to share the gains of that.
I see another one. Since reseller affiliate are more for selling, so is it possible for them with connect with existing partners, they can help with implementation and development? Answer is yes, absolutely. We have existing partners which can actually provide help in building bots. Of course, as professional services from their side. Absolutely, that's possible.
Yeah. Reiterating on your question, you will get the commission the second year if you are the one who does the adoption of automation on the client side. That's important. Yep. It's not affiliate program is for the type of introduction, but reseller program is for less long in relationships with the clients. So I want to take a look at a technical question here. So does the flow can manage complex logic to fetch data from a source? We do have many, of course, parsing data, working with unstructured data is something that, RPA workflows deal always. So there are many tools inside the community or Studio Pro in general to deal with that, related to parsing of unstructured data, either in web environment or in desktop environment. So everything is possible. And we also have IntelliDocs solution as part of the bigger platform where you can work with pretty much any document in the world, no matter pretty much what is that. If we train the model on that and we train 2,500 models, you'll be able to extract the data in a very simple way. Is it possible to have identification summary at the end of the flow? Yes, absolutely. It's very important for many purposes. It's, I think, in general, a good practice for anyone involved in delivering automation to users to keep log of all the executions, so you can pretty much understand how many times things got executed. It's not only possible to see inside the dashboards, inside the product, it's there, but also you can set up any type of custom notification, for instance, making an API call in the end of the execution to update something internally like a BI system or something. Okay, so I think we addressed all the technical questions. And there are no business questions. Let us know if anything else you would like to know.
Well, once again, regarding the commission from the second and third year, so when the customer stays and actually growing business with us, if you drive those renewal discussions, right? So if you own the customer, so customer relationship from the very first moment, yes, you are going to get those commissions as well.
Big thank you to the participants. I hope that the next step for you is to become a community user and hopefully our affiliate or reseller. Welcome, team. Thank you so much for putting this event together.
And as we're closing out, make sure that you continue to join us at electroneek.com. We have some great things that are coming out, and we'll, of course, share this video for everyone who has registered and who's looking at this again. So thank you, everyone, and happy automation.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Jeff, for Carolina's work. I enjoy working with Carolina as well. So She was part of my team. Now she is in Yuri's team, and she will be driving. If you will become a reseller, you will have a chance to work with Carolina a lot because she is the Reseller Program Manager who will be working and supporting closing the deals on your side. There's a small question from Chad about what's the difference between reseller and partner. In general, we call our clients partners, and resellers, they are our business partners in general, but they do not, we don't have commercial relationships in terms of we give our software products to the resellers in a way we give them to clients. So that's the difference. Again, would be happy to address it in the individual call. So thanks everyone and good luck.
Thank you.